Thanks for tuning in to our daily inspiration again. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today. And hopefully, all of you will be edified with what we have put together for you here. And just before we start, let me say Merry Christmas to all of you, and in conjunction with this, what I'd like to do in this video is to share this clip of Father Reehil as he talks a little bit about the woman through whom God's mercy entered the world. I think this clip is another way to make us appreciate Christmas more this year.
Mary is the one through whom God's mercy entered the world. When I have this, I live in a Baptist land, and frequently, I would say on a weekly basis, I get someone asking me, why do I worship that lady? And I say, you're so confused. We do not worship Mary. We worship God alone. That's strictly Him. We adore the one true God. That's it. But we do venerate Our Lady, Saint Joseph, the saints. We venerate them. We pay them honor because of the great accomplishment of making their life a pleasing offering to God and being granted the eternal reward of heaven. And this is basically you could say this is our family. The saints before us are our big brothers and sisters, and Jesus being our divine big brother. God our Father, and Mary's our mother, Heavenly Mother. So, but, if you look at Mary, because I've even had people tell me, she's just another woman who is mentioned in the Bible. They have no idea. These sola scriptura people who only look to the scriptures, even if you were to only look at the scriptures, use your common sense. Use your common sense. If God was going to dwell in a person, do you not think He would make that person the best possible version of humanity, the perfection of humanity, immaculate and pristine and without any blemish or any indwelling of any sort of sin? Look, He spent painstaking efforts in making the Ark of the Covenant. To the finest and most tiny detail did God dictate how that ark was to be built. And then when it was built, it carried 3 earthly objects: tablets, manna, and a staff. These are all ordinary objects, right? Blessed, of course, because they were used by the hand of God, but ordinary. They're not divine. But even then, if a layperson touched the ark and he was not a priest, struck dead on the spot, struck dead, because that's how sacred God ordained that Ark of the Covenant to be. The Old Testament Ark of the Covenant is the prefigurement of the New Testament Ark of the Covenant that is the Blessed Virgin Mary. But she did not hold earthly vessels within her womb. She held a divine person. How much more does Mary have to be inviolate than that Ark of the Covenant in the Old Testament? That's just common sense. You can deduce that through the painstaking efforts God made in creating the Ark of the Old Testament. And then, again, rational common sense. If this is the person that cared for, loved, taught, protected, embraced Jesus his whole life up to the age of 30, when he left the home and went out on mission, this is the person he loved most in the world. And if this person, who is God Himself, has such great love for her, why would you not want to have the same love for her? So that's what I tell them. We don't worship her. We love her. We love her. She's our mother. How could you not love her? And she's Jesus's great love of His life on earth too. So I wish, and I just imagine how it must grieve Our Lady to have so much division be over her. And it's not her fault. She didn't do anything wrong. She's never done one thing wrong her whole life, both on earth and in heaven. But the devil has twisted men's minds to turn against her and treat her with such disrespect. It's an abomination when you think about it. And I can't help wonder, for those who treat Mary with disdain, how do you think Jesus is going to react to that? Yes, He has a heart that's different than ours. He has perfect mercy. But there has to be an element of sadness, at least, that how could you treat my mother with such disdain? It's my mother, So we have to be a people who are always promoting the gospel. But when people take these pot shots at Our Lady, we have to defend her and correct them because they're wrong. That's all she does. She points everybody back to her son. You know, that's another reason why I'm like, why are they so angry at her? All she does is get them to Jesus quicker than if they went to him on their own. You know? So remember, she's the mother of God. She's the mother of the church. She's our mother. She's the most perfect creature ever made. You could say she's the jewel of all creation. She has a unique and particular relationship with the Trinity that no one else can tout as she can. And her earthly family was sort of the Trinity on earth, the Holy Family. She was immaculately conceived. She was the first tabernacle. She's our model in life, and I would say in death. Because she would have been perfectly resigned to whatever God asked of her. There's just so much we can ponder and pray for as we remember all the different ways Mary has affected all of creation. Again, back to my original statement, by being the one through whom mercy entered the world.
Well then, that will be all for the video this time. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. And hopefully all of you have learned something useful from this video. And remember, if there is any feedback or suggestion, please let us know in the comments below. And until the next one, Merry Christmas again to all of you, and may God bless you.